I found out that my sister's 2-year-old daughter, my niece, was my husband's child. Yes. My husband fathered my sister's child. And they had been having an affair for 3 years. I was there the day that she gave birth to her. Now, my brother-in-law, her husband, always had suspicions that she was not his, and even made comments about it. But never in a million years did I think that it would be my husband's child. She went out of town on a business trip, and my brother-in-law decided to do a DNA test on her. It did not match. So he immediately called me, and he was completely crashing out, which rightfully so. At the time, we did not know who the father was. So I offered to try to get this information out of her myself, because I've always been super close to my brother-in-law. I've had a lot of respect for him. He basically helped raise me, so I was there to help. So I called my sister, and I was like, hey, listen, you need to come clean. We know that she's not his, and you need to just come clean about it and do right by him. He freaked out on me, told me to mind my own business, to leave her alone, and that was the end of the conversation. So I call him, and I'm like, hey, she's not coming clean. She just chewed my head off. She won't answer my calls. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. But he had already gotten into her iPad that she had left behind on her trip. And he was like, do you have any idea what the passcode could be? At that time, I was super torn because, that is still my sister. And I didn't want to just, I wanted her to be able to talk to him about it. I didn't want to be in the middle as much as I was, especially after she had, reacted the way that she did with me. So I then call my husband, who was supposed to be on a boys' trip. No answer. I went to check my husband's location, and it was turned off. At this point, I have, zero suspicion that it's him. I'm just what the hell's going on? Why did he turn his location off? So I immediately call my brother-in-law. He goes, I just tried to call her. It went straight to voicemail, and her location is off. And so I piped in, and I was like, that's weird. I just called my husband, and his location is off. Long story short, they were together on a little couples trip. My brother-in-law ended up going to jail that night. Him and my husband got into a physical altercation. But when I confronted my husband about everything, and it was just how could you do this to me? He goes, you just weren't cutting it in bed. Now, this is the man, this is where I'm going to get real worked up. This is the man that told me I wasn't allowed to use things that vibrate in the bedroom. This is also the man that told me I wasn't allowed to take spicy cubes in the bedroom with him, because I had taken them with another man before we were even together. But he wanted to blame that on our Smeg's life. Screwing my sister, fathering my niece, all because I wasn't fun enough in bed.
Damn. Shit. Girl, I wish y'all the best. I can't even say your sister finna be a single mom. It seems like she got her new man already. Damn. I never experienced a betrayal on that exact level, but close. I remember one time I had a fight with my wife. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I went outside to the car to go smoke to go calm down. She went to go take a walk. You know what I found out a day and a half later? She called my homie. Now, mind you, he's my father's age. We met in junior college, and, we was both grown around a bunch of kids. So we've been homies for 13 years. So she called my homie. And my homie didn't call me immediately your girl's calling me. What the fuck? He pulled up on my wife at 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to get some sympathy top or something, because there's no other reason why you pulling up on my woman at 2 o'clock in the morning. As my homie, you only pulling up on my woman for 2 reasons. If I need to go to the hospital or if I'm going to jail. That's it. Needless to say, that's not my homie anymore. Now, my wife at the time, I forgave her after a little while simply because he's so much older than us. And I was once told you can't give the same energy to negligence that you would to malice. So I chalked it up to disrespectful negligence because he was so much older. But my homie, who's not frail, he's active. He be outside, if you understand what I'm saying. Pulling up on my wife at 2 o'clock in the morning. He had to go. I had to call his son up and be like, hey, man, Because me and his son are close. Was close. I had to be like, hey, man, I can't be friends with your father anymore. And I told him why. And he was like, damn. I guess it was nice knowing you, B. Because he's married also. He couldn't imagine if one of his homies pulled up on his wife at 2 o'clock in the morning. It'd be over with. What are we talking about here? But obviously it was stupid, disrespectful gestures like that. She didn't last much longer after that because she be doing stupid, disrespectful things. But of course, you know, I'm the bad guy when I yell. Bitch, please. Moving right along. You know, I often hear that no woman becomes a single mom by choice. I often hear it's always the guy's fault. That's false. Hey, I heard a woman say it out of her mouth when she called Kevin Samuels one time, and she said she was a single mom of 2. Single mom by choice. Can't make this shit up. But also I saw a very, very, very disturbing Facebook thread. Having a baby will quickly make you realize you don't love a man. You've actually never loved a man ever in your life. All right. You feel that love between you and your baby in the hospital bed, and you're like, damn, my bad. I've actually never been in love before. That's the real tea on why so many couples break up after the baby comes. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I told my BD, then told him my baby wasn't his, then blocked him. All right, you young sisters so effing smart, my God. Right? I'm over here in the amen corner taking notes and passing the collection plate. The girls are gonna be all right. I left 2 niggas after I had a child with them. LMAO. Now that I think about it, a baby is how I break up. Like, thank you for your service. You are dismissed, sir. Y'all gonna keep talking to me about how I'm the problem? How us men are the problem? When I first started doing this, it was one TikTok that became a song. And then I started to mind other people's business, and I see what a problem this baby mama culture is. And it's a culture that y'all foster. You take care of it, you feed it, you water it. Baby mama culture is like that. It's like that big monster from one of them Godzilla movies. The Muto or whatever it was. And they were growing it and they were feeding it toxic waste or whatever. This is us. Y'all